Look, before anyone says anything, I know you've spotted it. And it's okay, I've spotted it too. Just rest assured we'll get to it in a minute. Our episode begins with our heroes walking through a place called Palm Hills, when Ash tells Misty and Brock to take a look at all the humongous houses. Misty then replies,
"They aren't houses, they're mansions."
So they're houses then? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't mansions just really big houses? Hey Siri, define mansion.
Mansion means a large, impressive house.
See that, Misty? You didn't need to correct Ash at all. As they admire one of these mansions, Brock asks Ash and Misty if he thinks whoever owns it would let them camp out in their garden. Mate, why would you even ask that? Like, who buys a giant house with extravagant gardens and huge walls and then goes, "Yeah, sure, come on in, camp out in me garden and ruin me lawn"? That's just never gonna happen, is it? Brock, mate, use your noodle. Ugh, fine, let's talk about it. Now, Snubbull is a character created by the Pokemon Company. When Snubbull was created, it was decided that its name would be Snubbull, spelled SNUBBULL, which is obviously an amalgamation of the word snub, which means to kind of ignore someone, and bull, which probably comes from bulldog because Snubbull is literally based on a bulldog. Well, technically it's based on a Kushi from Gaelic folklore, which is effectively a fairy dog, but at the same time they've used a bulldog as that dog for the design in Snubbull's case. Regardless, it's not spelt like fucking bubble, is it? Pokemon, learn how to spell your own characters' names for God's sake. After initially being uninterested in Misty's map that shows which houses belong to which movie stars, upon hearing it shows the homes of some of his favourite actresses, Brock runs off asking what they're waiting for. Yeah, you heard, the lad literally sprints off to find the houses of famous actresses, presumably to see if any of them want to hook up with a literal child, which I'm guessing they probably don't. I've got to say, Brock does make the jump from simp to stalker here uncomfortably quickly. Maybe he shouldn't be allowed out unsupervised. From out of nowhere, a Growlithe comes running full pelt at Ash and friends. And even when Ash kneels down to see what's wrong with Growlithe, Growlithe continues to run. Only it ends up just running on the spot, because apparently Growlithe is unable to gain any kind of forward momentum whilst Ash is resting just a single hand on it. Apparently Ash Ketchum is hench. Pass it on. Brock wonders what's wrong with Growlithe, and Misty says she thinks something's been chasing it, even though we can clearly see something clamped onto Growlithe's tail. I think it's safe to say nothing's chasing Growlithe, Misty. Clearly, something's already caught it. Direct quote from Brock.
"Wow, it's a Snubbull. I've never seen one of these before."
Then how do you know what it is?
Well, actually, maybe Brock meant that he hadn't seen a Snubbull in person before.
Not what he said though, was it? Now before anyone jumps in with,
Liam, why haven't you commented on the fact that Snubbull is classified in the Pokédex as the fairy Pokemon, even though it doesn't even look like a fairy?
Like I said before, Snubbull is based on a Kushi, which is basically a Gaelic dog fairy. And hey, remember, not all fairies have to look like Tinkerbell. Direct quote from Brock after Misty points out Snubbull's pink ribbons.
"I guess that makes this Snubbull a girl."
Wow, Brock, way to spout outdated gender stereotypes. You trying to say only girls can wear pink ribbons? What, you don't think I could pull off wearing pink ribbons? Bitch, I'd look fabulous. When the Snubbull's owner runs over and tries to pick it up, Snubbull rotates 180 degrees on its arse, seemingly without moving a muscle. Apparently Snubbull has an extremely talented sphincter. Pass it on. Now I've been racking my brain, but there is absolutely no way to segue out of that particular sentence. So just like the video, share the video on social media, and leave a lovely comment down below. And if you can't think of a lovely comment, leave something generic like
Snubbull Snobbery, more like Bubble Knobbery, am I right?
Or just comment the name of the secret Pokemon I've hidden somewhere in the video. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you never miss an episode of Pokemon WTF Moments or anything on my channel. Thank you as always for helping us get to 1.75 million subscribers. I know it doesn't look like that right now, but if you subscribe today, maybe YouTube will add that extra 0. And of course, don't forget to check out my live streams over on Twitch or you'll miss out on stuff like this.
Can't be. It is!
Oh shit!
It is! Look!
Oh!
There's the stars!
Holy
Fucking
fuck!
hell.
Another duck!
Hey!
Pokemon Scarlet!
God, it's
Pokemon Violet!
Holy shit! Wow! I wasn't expecting this at all. What the fuck?
Okay. Late. Why? Why?
No way!
Stop
No
it!
way! That's November this year! Oh my
mate,
God, you
what
got
a
fucking told.
mate,
You
mate.
egg on your face.
Egg on my face.
This woman has a travelator running along her ridiculously long driveway. Now, I do have quite a strong opinion about this, and you all probably think it's going to be something mean about body image or lack of exercise or something like that, but no, I'm not like you. My opinion is, I want one of these, and I don't even have a driveway. Note the fancy pink carpet running all the way through the entryway of this mansion. Looks nice, doesn't it? So then tell me why this idiot tells Snubbull and everybody else effectively to wipe their feet on it. A carpet that length is definitely not a doormat. You should have a separate doormat on top of it, or have some wet wipes on hand or something. Basically, just stop what you're doing. You're being rich wrong. One of the butlers, called Jeeves, reminds the woman that they have 86 rooms in their mansion. Man, that's overkill. I never want a house that big. Like, at best, I want a master bedroom, an office for me, and an office for Sophie. And if we had money to burn, then maybe a bedroom for the dogs, and then maybe a guest bedroom. Not that we even have time for guests. Like, half the time I'm too busy to even text my closest friends back. Ah, the life of a content creator. Anyway, my point is that this woman's house has way too many rooms. Again, stop it. You're being rich wrong. The woman shows Ash and friends the bedroom that Snubbull uses on Saturdays. Ha ha ha, you get it? The house has so many bedrooms that some of them only get used one day a week. That's hilarious. Hope my sarcasm's coming through there. Anyway, she says this is where Snubbull watches all her favorite cartoons. Wait, doesn't she watch anime? Doesn't she know that anime is so much better than cartoons? Oh wait, that's right, they're the same fucking thing. Ash and friends get shown Snubbull's walk-in closet, and there's a teeny little custom Team Rocket uniform. And before anyone says that's clearly not an R, it's a B.
There's a B.
Why would a Snubbull have a shirt with a B on it? This Snubbull is in cahoots with Team Rocket. Confirmed. Also, when we cut to the next shot, all the clothes that were previously facing Ash and friends are suddenly perpendicular, the way you'd expect clothes to be within a closet. But why would they suddenly just change positions on their own? Nobody told us this was a haunted mansion. So whilst we're constantly being bashed over the head with the concept of Snubbull being overly pampered but not being happy, we constantly see Brock deep in thought. And honestly, it's just doing my nut in. Like, we get it, Brock, you sense something's amiss, but honestly, how is it taking you this much calculation and consideration to figure it out? It's obvious what's going on, mate. Use your noodle. The woman shows us Snubbull's private Snubbull bubble bath. Mate, it doesn't look too relaxing to me. The water's bloody green. All this money and you couldn't afford to hire one guy to clean the pool. Direct quote from Misty.
Wow, I've never seen a dining room this size before.
Oh my god, Misty, we get it. You've never been in a mansion. Mate, every other scene in this episode starts with Misty going,
I've never seen this before. I've never seen that before.
we get it. There are lots of features of a house like this you've never seen before, but you don't have to point out every single one every time. Although, you know what the worst part is? She's absolutely seen this kind of stuff before. Hell, they were in a mansion in the episode that was literally before this one. Direct quote from Ash.
Even the food's rich.
Oh god, if the food's rich, that'd be no good for me, not with my IBS. I'd have to spend all day in one of the 600 bathrooms this place has. After Snubbull refuses to eat anything, Brock quickly checks his bag and pulls out what he calls popcorn balls. Yeah, he calls these popcorn balls. Mate, do the dubbing team think we're stupid or something? These are clearly delicious jelly-filled donuts. I'm kidding, of course. They're obviously rice balls. And the dub team still think that Western kids won't be able to understand the concept of eating rice, apparently. But regardless of what it is, or what it's supposed to be, or what they're telling us it is, it's a food we've seen in the anime before, which makes this line from Ash really weird.
But Brock, there's no way Snubbull's gonna want to eat them. Even I think they taste awful.
Oh really, Ash? You think Brock's rice balls taste awful? Because here's a direct quote from you during episode 50, Pokemon Paparazzi.
These rice balls are pretty good.
Ash Ketchum is a liar. Pass it on. For some reason, this mansion has a statue of Gumby doing a headstand. Gumby to be a catchable Pokemon in Generation 9, confirmed. Direct quote from Meowth.
All I know is the only kind of pool we had growing up was a cesspool.
But Meowth, Twitter wasn't even a thing in the 90s. James tells Meowth and Jessie how he'd get so bored as a young boy that the servants would have to take him out to go fishing in their pool. And obviously he'd never catch anything. You know, because he was fishing in a swimming pool. But mate, if his family was rich, why didn't they just build him a fish pond? Or have the the servants drive him to a lake? Answers on a postcard. After bumping into Snubbull and for some reason being scared of it, Team Rocket run away from it. But Snubbull takes a liking to Meowth's tail. I mean, to be fair, Meowth's tail does kind of look like a cinnamon swirl, and they're dead Moorish. Meowth asks Jessie and James to help him, since Snubbull is firmly clamped onto his tail. So naturally, Jessie swings Meowth round and round, with a firm grip on his throat. Jessie mate, I know things are a bit tense right now, but is choking your friend really gonna help? What really helps is using code ACE for money off GFuel! No, but seriously, it helps you out because you save 10% on your GFuel order, and it helps me out because it helps support the channel, and that's bloody wonderful. What a beautiful little symbiotic thing we've got going on there with you using code ACE and me providing code ACE and GFuel being awesome. Today I'm drinking the wonderful bubblegum GFuel, and the other day I was asked on social media, what does the bubblegum GFuel taste like? It tastes like fucking bubblegum. What are you asking me? But just rest assured, bubblegum GFuel is absolutely wonderful and delicious, and I love it very, very much. Oh, that is really, really lovely. Go get yourself some bubblegum GFuel. Get yourself any of the flavors of GFuel, and it's your first time trying GFuel, get yourself a starter pack. There's still some Gary 2s left, a couple hundred left. You might just get there in time. Use code ACE when you do, and you'll save yourself 10% on your order. Now remember, GFuel is for over 18s only because it contains caffeine, and children don't need to be anywhere near caffeine. They're annoying enough as it is, but because it contains caffeine, just drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead. Mate, what's going on with this Stantler? Poor thing looks bloody miserable. Apparently Snubbull's owner came to the conclusion that Snubbull was lonely, and her solution was to have it marry another Snubbull. Why not just catch another Snubbull? Or even have one of the servants catch one for you? Doesn't matter though, because she's going the wedding route regardless. And they've even chosen a suitor already, Winthrop Snubbullfella. Yeah, apparently Snubbullfella is an actual surname in the Pokemon world. That poor family. I bet they're the kind of family that gets ridiculed if they catch any Pokemon that isn't a Snubbull. Oh, and before you ask, I have noticed just how extra Winthrop is, and I am loving it. Apparently, the wedding is today. The exact day that Ash and friends stumbled across Snubbull and its trainer. Man, you've gotta love plot convenience. It's almost like nothing interesting ever happens in this world if Ash and friends aren't around. Meowth is surprised to find out that he was Team Rocket's bait to catch Snubbull. Wait, let me process this for a second. After Meowth found out that Snubbull likes to bite onto his tail, and then hearing Team Rocket devise a plan that involves them using fishing rods to lower Meowth down towards Snubbull, he's shocked that he turned out to be the bait? Meowth mate, use your noodle. I mean, it's a bit late now, but he should have. Jessie then throws a bunch of sets of handcuffs, or I guess ankle cuffs, and manages to get them to land perfectly on Ash, Misty, and Brock, all with a single throw. Mate, that is some mad accuracy. How's Jessie so skilled with multiple sets of handcuffs? I guess this isn't the first time she's used these, if you catch my drift. I'm gonna be honest, I don't fully understand Team Rocket's argument in the shed. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Jessie and James ask where their balloon is, and Meowth makes a joke about all the rich people in the area being full of hot air and basically says that he thought this would be a good place to have the balloon refilled. But then Jessie and James get mad at him, and I don't get why. I know he was making a joke, but wasn't Meowth basically saying that the balloon is in the vicinity of where they are? And why would they be annoyed by that? Answers on a postcard, I guess. Snubbull stands between Meowth and Team Rocket, so they can't harm him. But the only reason that Snubbull's doing that is so that it can bite onto Meowth's tail, which is technically still harming him. Snubbull mate, I'll be honest, that's pretty toxic behavior right there. After Meowth blows their cover, Jessie sends out Arbok, who proceeds to batter 3 fully grown men with a single swing of its tail. Mate, this made Arbok look like an absolute badass. Who are you, and what have you done with Jessie's Arbok? Ash sends out his Heracross, who immediately starts sucking on a nearby flower. Ooh, there's a euphemism there. I swear there is. Direct quote from Jessie after Snubbull uses Tackle on Arbok.
Okay, Arbok, show them how to tackle when you tackle it back.
But Jessie, we've been through this before. Arbok can't learn Tackle. But of course, Arbok uses Tackle anyway. Therefore, Jessie is a hacker. Confirmed. As Team Rocket tried to flee from the incoming police in their hot air balloon, Ash tells Heracross to stop them with its horn attack. But Heracross horn attacks them so hard they go blasting off. Wait, so Team Rocket were trying to get away from the police in the hot air balloon as quickly as possible, and Heracross Heracross sent them in their hot air balloon far away from the police in a single hit, which means technically they've escaped arrest, which means that Ash and his Heracross technically helped Team Rocket escape arrest. That's not very protagonisty. Apparently, Winthrop's owner has called off the wedding, all because she saw Snubbull battling like an actual Pokemon. Man, posh people are weird. Like, no offense if you're a posh person watching this, but oh, who am I kidding? Ain't nobody posh watching this garbage, right? I was about to mention how somehow this woman's servants have created an outdoor play area for her Snubbull in such a ridiculously short amount of time, but then they showed us it and it turned out to be just a 10 by 10 foot patch of grass. Mate, that's not much of a play area. It's a play pen at best, but with no toys or anything to play with. The poor Snubbull can literally just run in circles and that's it. Surely that's just going to drive it even more crazy. The episode ends with Snubbull escaping through a very flimsy hedge and heading off to find me out. So basically, this wealthy woman had all that money but couldn't afford a fence, I suppose. So those are my WTF moments for Pokemon Season 3, Episode 8, Snubbull Snobbery. Let me know your favourites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Head to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam for all of my live streams. I would love to see you there. And of course, use code ACE for money off GFuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.